wannan wurare ko kuma su yi duk mai yiwuwa su ga sun gyara wa ruwa hanyar su domin gudun fada ma wannan matsala da aka yi hasashe. Haka kuma ko baya ga hasashen ambaliyar ruwa, hukumar ta hasasu cewa za a yi kamfin ruwa wato fari a wasu sassa na ƙananan hukumomin jihar Sokoto. Ƙananan hukumomin kuwa sun hada da Binji, Bodinga, Dangishuni, Gada, Gwadabawa, Illela, Isa, Raba, Shagari, Silami, Tambuwal da Yabo. A bisa ga haka, mai girma sanata Aliyu Magatakarda ke kira da a ɗauki wannan hasashen da muhimmanci tare da haɗa kai da duk hukumomin da abin ya shafa domin kariya ga muhallinmu, dukiyarmu, rayukanmu da kuma abincinmu. Mu shuka iraruwa masu juriyar fari domin tsira da abincinmu na ci a gida. Sanatawa mako na kira da a tashi tsaye ga addu'o'i domin neman tsarin Allah ga wannan lamari da ake hasashe. Wannan sanarwa ce daga sanata Aliyu Magatakarda mako, sarkin Yamman Sokoto.
Tafiya sannu kwana nesa cikin iyawar Allah ya shaidar da mu cikar gwamna Ahmad Aliyu shekaru 2 a matsayin gwamnan jihar Sokoto. Domin hamdala da ganin wannan lokacin ne yasa kamfanin NIC Technology Development Limited ƙarshen jagorancin manajan daraktan kamfanin Alhaji Umar Muhammad Suleiman a madadin shi kan sa har lokacin ma'aikatan kamfanin suka bi dandazon al'umma da gaske da wajen jihar nan da ke mika sakon su da ta murna cika shekaru 2 ga gwamnan raya karkara da birane hazikin jagora Dr. Ahmad Aliyu Sokoto FCNA Kadimul Masajid da mataimakinsa injiniya Idris Muhammad Gobir da shugaban siyasa arewa sanata Dr. Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako sarkin Yamman Sokoto. Babu shakka mai girma gwamna a cikin waɗannan shekaru 2 kayan ayyuka na fita kunya a lungu da sako ga al'ummar jihar Sokoto, tun daga kiwon lafiya, samar da ilimi, gina makarantu, gina tituna da taimakawa mabukata da masu lalura ta musamman da samar da ayyukan yi ga matasa maza da mata. Ka kawata birnin Shehu wanda ya sa birnin Sokoto ya zama cikin biranen da ake alfahari da su a fannin kayatarwa. A lokaci guda kuma Alhaji Umar Muhammad Suleiman manajan daraktan kamfanin NIC Technology a madadin shi kan sarrafa lokacin ma'aikatan kamfanin na godiya ta musamman gare ka akan gagarumin aikin gina babbar kasuwar kayan amfanin gona ta duniya da ka ba wannan kamfanin ginawa a karamar hukumar mulkin Gada. Hakika mai girma gwamnati muna baka tabbaci za mu yi aiki mai inganci wanda kowa zai ce madalla. Fatan mu dai Allah ya sa a wani lafiya kuma ya kare maka jagora domin ci gaba da yi masakkwatawa ayyukan alheri a sauran shekaru masu zuwa. Allahumma amin. Wannan sakon ta murna ne daga Alhaji Umar Muhammad Suleiman manajan darakta da kamfanin NIC Technology Development Limited a madadin shi kansa da ma'aikatan kamfanin.
Rayuwa a bari tawa lafiya a bar alkintawa sai da lafiya aka ko in babu lafiya ka zama.
A daidai lokacin da ake cikar shekaru 2 a zangon majalisar dattawa ta 10, mai girma sanata mai wakiltar Sokoto ta tsakiya kana shugaban kwamitin bayar da lamuni na gida da waje dattijo sanata Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako sarkin Yamman Sokoto ya sake fitowa da ci gaba da aikin nan na alheri domin masu fama da matsalar gani. Akan haka ne gidauniyar Aliyu Magatakarda wato Magatakarda Foundation tare da haɗin gwiwar cibiyar kula da lafiyar idanu da ke Kano mai suna Vision Savers Eye Care Center suka shirya aikin gyaran idanu ga mutane kimanin 5,000 a jihar Sokoto. Ƙwararrun likitoci za su zo Sokoto birnin Shehu domin duba lafiyar masu fama da matsalar yanar ido, dundumi da ma ciwon idanu da zimmar ba su magani da gilashi idan buƙatar hakan ta kama. Za a gudanar da wannan aikin ne daga ranar Asabar 21 zuwa ranar Alhamis 26 ga wannan watan a harabar ofishin gundumar dan majalisar dattawan ta Sokoto ta tsakiya da ke kan titin Garba Duba Sokoto. Wannan aikin zai gudana ne kyauta domin mai girma sanata Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako ya ɗauke nauyin duk wasu kuɗaɗe da za a biya yayin gudanar da aikin. Saboda haka mu yi amfani da wannan damar domin samun lafiyar idanu. Za a soma aikin ne daga karfe 9 na safe zuwa karfe 4 na yamma na waɗannan ranakun da aka ambata. Allah ya bada ikon zuwa a yi lafiya ƙari lafiya. Sanarwa daga ofishin mai girma sanata Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako sarkin Yamman Sokoto, sanata mai wakiltar gundumar Sokoto ta tsakiya.
Rayuwa a bari tawa lafiya a bar alkinta.
The Ministry of Science and Technology Sokoto distributes workshop materials to schools under its watch as a way to enhance student skills while in school. The State Project Monitoring Committee charges the contractor for the purchase of the orchard to ensure he does so without any delay. Thus, a one-day discussion on the management of Zakat and Waqf organized in Sokoto State. A lovely good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. Today is Thursday, 19th of June 2025, which is equivalent to 16th of Zulhijjah, 1446 after the Hijrah of the Prophet, peace be upon him. I am Rahma Haruna Berniwa. The Ministry of Science and Technology, Sokoto, has distributed Catherine craft materials, tailoring equipment and healthcare supplies worth millions of naira to schools under its jurisdiction. The official handover ceremony took place at the ministry's headquarters in Sokoto. Science and Technology correspondent Ibrahim Ahmad Aiken Allah will tell us more.
The distribution exercise was presided by the Commissioner Professor Tahiru Ahmed Sifawa. The first phase included a wide range of catering craft materials such as measuring tools, mixing bowls, baking trays, cutting instruments, cutting utensils, and large-scale kitchen equipment such as gas ranges, refrigerators, and dishwashers. Also provided were servingware, dinnerware, flatware, glassware, serving utensils, and chafing dishes. For tailoring, the ministry supplied essential tools including fabric scissors, measuring tapes, pins, needles, thread, seam reefers, tailor's chalk, marking pens, irons, and ionic board. The items were distributed to two girls' colleges under the ministry: Government Girls Commercial Secondary School, Tambol, and Government Girls College, Sokoto. But schools received complete set of materials aimed at enhancing practical learning experiences for both students and teachers. The items were officially handed over to the school principals by the special guest of honor, Dr. Ayu Okoro, a highly respected scholar and a retired chief lecturer at Shagari College of Education, Sokoto.
The children that are going to receive this, it's not just that they are receiving it as individuals, but what is left after their school days are over is what is going to show. And that's why I take it as a privilege to come and distribute this to our younger generation.
Dr. Okoro has spent over 4 decades training and mentoring educators across Sokoto State, earning him a revered status in the academic community. The second phase of the exercise focused on the distribution of comprehensive clinical medical equipment, including essential medications. The beneficiary institutions included Nagarta College Sokoto, Government Girls College Sokoto, Idris Koko Technical College Farfaru, Government Technical College Runjun Sambo. Others include Government Technical College Vinji, Government Science Secondary School Yabo, Government Science Secondary School Wadabawa, Olusegun Obasanjo Technical College Bafarawa, and Government Girls Commercial Secondary School, Tambul. In his remarks during the event, the Commissioner Professor Tahiru Ahmed Sifawa commended the Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmed Ali Sokoto, for approving the request for the procurement of these vital materials. He charged the school principals to ensure that the equipment is used strictly for educational purpose and not for personal gain.
Alhamdulillah, His Excellency granted the approval and funds required to purchase these drugs and some health equipment. So I want to first and foremost use this opportunity to thank him most sincerely for this gesture and pray that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to assist him in lifting the affairs of Sokoto State. It is important to note that since he came on board as the executive governor of the state, the education sector was in a very critical condition. Even feeding was a problem. So he reviewed the feeding bill of our students to 300%.
Also speaking at the event, the permanent secretary of the ministry, Sidi Al-Mustafa Yahya, expressed gratitude to the commissioner for his unwavering commitment and generous effort in supporting science and technology education in Sokoto State.
By this, what we see today, to the ministry, you can see the students there in the school are provided with learning materials, practical learning materials. They are not just being taught in the classroom, but they are being shown how to use this thing practically, so that at the end of their educational career in the secondary school, many of them are out of school with a handwork, with a craft work that they can be able to make a living.
Directors from various departments within the ministry also contributed significantly to the success of the program, reaffirming their dedication to improving the quality of education across the state. Meanwhile, shortly after receiving the items, the principal of Nagarta College, Sokoto, Malam Halliru, on behalf of the principals, commended the foresight of the commission and also pledged to handle the materials with care. It is worth noting that the Ministry of Science and Technology recently distributed modern laboratory equipment to 10 different schools and colleges to ensure effective utilization and smooth operations. The commissioner has made a habit of paying unscheduled visit to schools. Ibrahim Ahmad, Aikin Allah, Alu TV News.
The contractor handling the work for the procurement of varieties of seedlings at the state orchard situated at the Sokoto water intake has been directed to ensure the completion of the contract. Nazir Al-Hajisani reports that the chairman of the State Project Monitoring and Verification Steering Committee, Ambassador Abubakar Shehu Wurno, gave the directive when he led other members of the committee for an inspection visit to some projects awarded by the state government in the state. His report.
Ambassador Shihurun said this is because the contractor is yet to procure all the seedlings and other watering cans as contained in the contractual agreement. He, however, called on the client ministry and supervising engineers to do the needful on the issues, as the committee will not recommend the part payment of the contract or less than what was done accordingly. While in the Minennata area, the committee expressed satisfaction with the level of the ongoing work for the total renovation of the Jum'at Mosque and called on the contractor to maintain the standard. Also, the committee inspected the ongoing work for the construction of the newly satellite trailer park along the southern bypass and the work for the total renovation of Amanawa Jum'at Mosque in Dengishune local government area. Commenting on the project, Ambassador Urno, on behalf of the members of the committee, expressed delight with the quality of work executed and charged the contractors to abide by all the observations made by the committee during the visit.
We also have witnessed out of the number of components in the mosque, like the mosque itself, the very body of the mosque, the shade, and also the facilities there. A level of progress has been reached, and the committee is very much satisfied.
Ambassador Shehu Wurno, to this end, pledged the committee's readiness to ensure all contract awards by the state government are executed according to the specification. Some of the members of the committee during the visit are Alaji Bello Malami Magajirapin Tambual, Alaji Sani Musa Trita, Alaji Tukur Atahiru Ali, Alaji Malami Labbu, and Alaji Yusuf Nawawi, as well as the secretary of the committee Altini Umar Yabu, among others. Naziru Alajisani, Alu TV News.
The transmission company of Nigeria said it has added 5,910 megavolt amperes of transformer capacity to the national grid. The General Manager, Project Coordination and Technical Assistant to the MD/CEO, Aminu Tahir, revealed the development while presenting an update on projects under the Project Management Unit of TCN. He said that the unit was currently executing projects funded by the World Bank, Agence Française du Développement, and the African Development Bank, while the procurement process for the Japan International Cooperation Agency, Lagos and Ogun projects were being finalized. Aminu noted that several of the PMU projects have been completed, while others are about 80% completed. Meanwhile, the company also announced that the bulk power supply has been restored nationwide through Kayenji Burning Kebbi 330 kV transmission line at about 12:40 p.m. on Wednesday. 3 towers along the line route collapsed on May 7th following a severe windstorm. Consequently, TCN said it mobilized 3 contractors to the site to undertake emergency reconstruction works. However, while work was ongoing, another windstorm brought down an additional 3 towers at Galadima village in the Shanga local government area of Kebbi State, requiring the engagement of additional contractors on an emergency basis. TCN's General Manager Public Affairs Ndidi Omba said in a statement on Wednesday, the company remains committed to ensuring efficient and reliable transmission of bulk electricity to distribution load centers nationwide. And don't forget you're watching Alu TV News transmitting from Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. You can also view us on our social media handles at Alu TV on YouTube, while on our Facebook page, you can view us at Alu TV News. You can also download our mobile application on the Play Store by searching Alu TV and watch our previous programs or watch us live while the program is running. Now back to the news. The Sokoto State Zakat and Endowment Agency has organized a one-day discussion session on the strengthening of interstate collaboration, promoting mutual understanding, and enhancing professional conduct in the management of Zakat and Waqf. Our correspondent Jamilu Musa Maishanu reports that the session was led by the Special Assistant to the Governor of Jigawa State on religious matters. His report.
During the session, the chairman of the Sokoto State Zakat and Endowment Agency, Malam Lawal Maidoki, who was represented by the Muhammad Jabik Lela Dabori, presented a detailed briefing on the history and evaluation of the agency since its inception. He outlined the agency's mission, vision, and core values, stating that its primary goal is to establish a robust and reliable system for the collection and management of zakat and waqf to support less privilege in society. Directors from various departments within the agency, such as zakat collection, zakat distribution, and waqf, also made presentations highlighting their respective duties and the notable achievements recorded in recent years. The Special Assistant to the Jigawa State Governor on Religious Matters, Mujitaba Muhammad Yakubu, expressed deep appreciation for the opportunity to engage with the Sokoto Zakat Agency. He commended the capacity building initiative and shared insight into Jigawa's own approach to the Zakat administration. He encouraged other states to emulate Sokoto's model as a strategy to alleviate poverty and enhance national economic development. A highlight of the event was the disbursement of financial support to the needy, drawn from the agency's monthly allocation from the state government. Jamilu Musa Maishanu, Alu TV News.
Sokoto Women's Entrepreneurship Association has held its annual conference in Sokoto State. The conference was led by Aziza Bello Wamako, who stated that it is aimed at helping and promoting young entrepreneurs to be self-productive. Fatima Abdullahi Bago reports.
The state coordinator of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDEN, Muazu Muhammad Barau, called on the entrepreneurs to keep the movement and let the tree grow high. He called on women business owners to register their businesses to enable them to acquire a federal government loan without interest. In her remark, Hajia Mariam Adam Mamman, HOD Department of Business Administration, Northwest University, Sokoto, urged the women entrepreneurs to always innovate and rebrand their business products, adding that without that, their businesses cannot be improved. Dr. Fatima Zara, a member of the Women Entrepreneurs Association, called on the entrepreneurs to put their best into producing their business products.
The main aim of this gathering is to promote young entrepreneurs in Sokoto State. I feel so grateful to be a member and organizer of this association, and the site women entrepreneurs, they make young entrepreneurs to become so beautiful and amazing people in the whole Nigeria, not only Sokoto.
Hajia Aziza Bello Wamakuda, founder of the movement, called on the entrepreneurs to get to know much about business before indulging into it, and that their community gives clear counsel to their members.
This program is all about women entrepreneurs, all women that are into business. We are here to share knowledge, experience, and more opportunities about businesses so that we can help each another. I'm calling other women out there that are not into business to start a business. Business is it's like something that is in this life you can't do without business. In this era we are now, so I'm calling all women to start a business. Thank you.
Awards were issued to some of the women entrepreneurs during the event. The Entrepreneur of the Year award was issued to Hajia Ummi Tambari. Fatima Abdullahi Bako reporting for Alu TV News.
And in another story, the Federated Organization of Sokoto State Students Association has inaugurated 2025 Election Transition Committee. Ibrahim Ahmad Aikin Allah reports that the swearing-in ceremony of the Transition Committee was conducted at Usman Danfodio University Guest in Sokoto. His report.
The inauguration of the ELCOM was coming ahead of the general elections of the Union. Following the formal dissolution of the outgoing Transition Committee, newly appointed members of the 2025 Transition Committee were immediately sworn in and charged with overseeing a smooth and credible election process. 2025 Fososa Congress brought representatives from various Sokoto State student associations across multiple tertiary institutions in Nigeria. The Congress was presided over by the chairman of the Electoral Committee, Comrade Aminu Muhammad Surmi. Delivering his address, the Special Advisor on Student Matters, Honorable Abubakar Muhammad Salami, assured the delegates that student election across all campuses in Sokoto State will be held as scheduled. He emphasized the government's commitment to transparency, fairness, and the protection of the rights of all candidates, reaffirming its support for student-led democratic processes. During the Congress, several key issues were discussed, particularly the eligibility criteria for candidates intending to contest in the upcoming elections. This included requirements such as being an indigene of Sokoto State, fluency in English language, meeting a minimum cumulative grade point average CGPA requirement, and other constitutional provisions. However, the language proficiency clause sparked a heated debate. Some former Fososa and Sosa leaders argued that the association's constitution allows the use of mother tongue, indigenous languages, in official proceedings. This led to clashes of opinion, with several delegates calling for a review and forcible amendment of the constitution to reflect the linguistic diversity of Sokoto State students. In our first Congress interview, Honorable Abubakar Muhammad Salami encouraged the student body to remain united and to prioritize dialogue and collaboration.
We, student union leaders, we believe with unity, we believe with progress, we believe with mutual understanding around us. If you come to the matters of brotherhood,
several attendees also shared their opinions, commending the leadership of Fososa for organizing the Congress and providing a platform for student voices to be heard. The inauguration marks a pivotal step in ensuring that the upcoming student elections are conducted peacefully, transparently, and with the values of equity and representation. Ibrahim Ahmad Aikin Allah, reporting for Alu TV News.
And with this report comes to the end of the news. But before we go, here are the main points again. We told you earlier that the Ministry of Science and Technology Sokoto has distributed working tools to schools under its watch as a way to enhance student skills while in school. You also heard that the State Project Monitoring Committee has charged the contractor for the purchase of the orchard to ensure he acts promptly without any delay. And lastly, a one-day discussion on the management of Zakat and Waqf was organized in Sokoto State. This is part of the effort towards bolstering relationships between Sokoto and other states wishing to emulate how Zakat and Waqf are being handled. And that wraps up the news updates at this hour. On behalf of the news editor Bashar Abubakar and the rest of the team, I'm once again Rahma Haruna Berniwa, and as always, thanks for letting us be a part of your day.
Ma'aikatar kula da kimiyya da fasaha ta jihar Sokoto ta rarraba kayayyaki na horaswa ga makarantu waɗanda suke ƙarƙashin kulawarta. Kwamitin da ke kula da dudduba ayyukan da gwamnatin jihar Sokoto ta gudanar ya buƙaci ɗan kwangila wanda yake samar da iraruwan shuka a harabar da ake ajiye su domin tabbatar da ganin an samar da masu inganci. An gudanar da wani taro na kwana ɗaya wanda hukumar zakka da waƙafi ta jihar Sokoto ta shirya. Jama'a assalamu alaikum, barkanmu da kasancewa da ku a labaran gidan talabijin na Alu Tv. Yau 12 ga watan Yunin shekara ta 2025 wadda ta yi daidai da 16 ga watan Zulhijja shekara 1446 bayan hijirar fiyayyen halitta Annabi Muhammadu sallallahu Alaihi wasallam daga Makka zuwa Madina. Sunana Hayatu Jibo Dallatu. Ma'aikatar kimiyya da fasaha ta jihar Sokoto ta rarraba kayayyaki waɗanda ɗalibai za su riƙa horarsuwa, musamman ma dai a makarantun da ke ƙarƙashin ma'aikatar. Kayayyakin dai sun haɗa da na saƙa, da na ɗinki, kazalika da na ɓangaren kiwon lafiya waɗanda gwamnatin jihar Sokoto ta tanadar, aka kuma kashe miliyon nairori domin tabbatar da nasara. Bayar da waɗannan kayayyaki ya gudana ne a shalkwatar hukumar da ke nan Sokoto. Wakilinmu na ɓangaren kimiyya da fasaha Ibrahim Ahmad Aikin Allah ya aiko mana wannan rahoto.
Dai gudanar da aikin rarraba kayan koyarwa a ƙarƙashin jagorancin kwamishinar ma'aikatar kimiyya da fasaha ta jihar Sokoto, Farfesa Attahiru Ahmad Sifawa. Mataki na farko na rabon kayan ya kunshi makarantu guda biyu wanda aka rarraba ma kayan koyon girki waɗanda suka kunshi kayayyakin girke-girke da kayayyakin adana kayan da aka girka da kayayyakin gashi da kuma kayan wanke-wanke da sauran kayan da ake bukata a wurin girke-girke. A ɗayan ɓangaren kuma an raba musu kayan koyon ɗinki waɗanda suka kunshi dukkan wani abu da ake bukata a wurin ƙwarewa a harkar ɗinki. Makarantun da suka amfana da wannan shiri sun haɗa da kwalejin 'yan mata da ke Sokoto wato GGC Sokoto, sai kuma kwalejin 'yan mata ta koyon sana'a da ke Tambuwal wato Government Girls Commercial Secondary School Tambuwal. Dukkanin makarantun sun karbi kayan su kai tsaye.
Farin ciki kwarai da haɗon mu wannan lokaci a wannan rana domin raba kayayyakin aiki ga makarantun nan mu waɗanda ka karantar da catering services, kimiyya ta tattalin gida da musamman kula da tattalin abinci, sannan da kuma garment making wato ɗinki a takaice da sauran ɗinke-ɗinke.
Babban bakon da aka gayyato domin rarraba wayannan kayayyaki a ma'aikatar kimiyya da fasaha wato Dr. Ayu Okoro shine malamin da ya jagoranci rarraba wayannan kaya zuwa ga shugabannin wayannan makarantu na 'yan mata guda biyu wato GGC Sokoto da kuma kwalejin 'yan mata ta koyon sana'a da ke Tambuwal. Haka zalika Dr. Okoro ya kira ga shugabannin wayannan makarantu da su tabbatar da cewa an yi amfani da wayannan kaya yadda ya kamata domin koyar da yara tamkar koyar da al'umma ne. Mataki na biyu na shirin ya kunshi rarraba kayan magani da kuma kayan da ake bukata domin jinya a makarantu 10 da ke karkashin wannan ma'aikata ta kimiyya da fasaha da ke jihar Sokoto. A wannan shiri dai an rarraba kayayyaki masu yawa da suka kunshi magunguna iri-iri, kayan wanke rauni da kuma kayan kula da lafiya a kowane bangare. Makarantun da suka amfana da wannan shiri sun hada da kwalejin nagarta da ke Sokoto, sai kuma kwalejin 'yan mata da ke Sokoto, sai kuma kwalejin Idris Koko da ke Farfaro, sai kuma kwalejin kere-kere da ke Runjin Sambo. Sauran sun hada da kwalejin kere-kere da ke Binji, sai kuma kwalejin kimiyya da ke Yabo da kuma makarantar sakandare ta kimiyya da ke Gwadabawa. Sauran sun hada da kwalejin kere-kere ta Olusegun Obasanjo da ke Bafarawa, sai kuma makarantar koyon sana'a ta 'yan mata da ke Tambuwal. A jawabinsa yayin taron, Farfesa Attahiru Ahmad Sifawa ya yaba wa gwamnan jihar Sokoto akan amincewa da sayo wa'annan kaya domin rarraba ma wa'annan makarantu, inda ya ce a duk lokacin da